The issue here is pure, unadulterated evil. They didn't just torture and sacrifice. They also drank the blood and ate parts of the bodies of their victims. They even burned a symbol into the skin of the people they sacrificed. Welcome, everyone, to the moment we've all been waiting for. I am so excited and proud to finally launch a brand new segment, Trace Your Story. This is the place where we delve into the darkest and strangest tales sent in directly by you, the viewers. For this debut episode, I received a submission that takes us straight to the highest level, a story so intense that the sender requested absolute anonymity. This individual pleaded, "I beg you not to mention my name and to delete my email from your system immediately after reading. I will also be deleting this email account. Please do not discuss me with anyone." Absolute attention. The story you are about to hear is presented purely as an intense, high-level conspiracy. All names, locations, and institutions have been completely anonymized. All claims are allegations from a secret source, as they put it. It's all just speculation. We are presenting this for narrative analysis, not as a factual report. The very first story here on Trace Your Story begins with the tragedy of a star in the Eastern Empire an actor will call Mr. Z. I need to be absolutely diligent here, so I really hope you can bear with me, guys. The secret source asked me to lay out a few things that came to light following Mr. Z's death, but it's crucial that I investigate them further. First, they didn't know Mr. Z personally, nor did they know any of his songs or movies. And again, all of this is purely conjecture. There are 5 highly ancient and influential families within the state of Shen. They are influential, but they are not the 5 richest families, nor do they hail from a royal lineage or inheritance. If we trace back history to when the emperors ruled, these 5 families would have had their roots as advisors or ministers to the emperor and their daughters and sons. They are the head of the ruling party, 2 military chiefs or rules, 3 leaders of X, I don't know the other 2. Please note this is all alleged. There are women here as well, the daughters of ministers. The crucial thing is this. Mr. Z's family is blood connected to an emperor who was a good emperor, someone with good values, good morals, and someone who was good for Shen. Therefore, Mr. Z's blood and his chi energy, or life force, are special, if I may put it that way. These 5 families are deeply interconnected. They support one another, yet they also stab each other in the back during times of crisis. The one thing that truly unites them is power and the authority to control almost everything in Shen. They are terrifying because their way of thinking and their moral values are fundamentally opposed to the rest of the world. They are willing to sacrifice their own children if required, all for the sake of maintaining their power and status. These families are part of an ancient form of occultism, one that is mixed with Taoism. They also possess powerful ancient relics which they utilize during their rituals. These families, along with several others, make up the 22 core members. Among them is one extremely powerful sorcerer and 2 others, one of whom might be a very strong woman. Key figures from Japan, South Korea, Zurich, and Germany are also part of this group. The followers prepare torture the sacrifices for the rituals attended by the core members. They have a main altar in a mountain location, so this spot might be a temple used as a facade leading down into a cave. And the secret source suggests the flooring looks remarkably similar to the floor in the Capitol Art Museum where they display the bodies of deceased celebrities as art pieces. These families believe that their power and status stem from, well, who knows, perhaps magic or the energy from their sacrifices. They truly believe the sorcerers help them control everything, even natural disasters and the weather. They're also known to stage events like the sound of large drums to make these rituals effective. The issue here is pure, unadulterated evil. They didn't just torture and sacrifice, they also drank the blood and consumed the body parts of their victims, and they branded a symbol onto their skin. In Mr. Z's case, the media only showed the mark on his face, but the sender claims that symbol was actually across his entire body, even on his genitals. See? Guys, didn't I tell you? This conspiracy is the craziest thing about this whole case. The real truth about Mr. Z's death is extremely difficult to come by because, one, he was their captive for a very long time. About 8 years ago, to be exact. He once tried to escape, but fans recognized him on a train, and he was consequently punished. Throughout these years, he was regularly tortured as part of the preparation. His mentor, Song, who is something of a major figure in Taiwan right now, was the one who handed Mr. Z over to these people. And when Mr. Z was first assaulted, this mentor was fully aware of it. Mr. Z is the proof because he was a witness. Mr. Z never gave in. He refused to inflict these cruel acts upon others, and this is the primary reason why other celebrities cannot come forward, because they had to do the same thing, though perhaps less severe. What is called hazing, one element of this The Squid Game, South Korea, is a reality taken from here. The sender asked me to look into who the lead writer is, as they claim he was and remains a part of this. Furthermore, these activities were recorded, so those other people are trapped as well. The secret source asked me to look into the lead writer of Squid Game. I'll just say this. The sender's claims about that individual are deeply unsettling. We cannot verify any of this, but the connections, as alleged by the source, are disturbing. Mr. Z was starved, as they didn't merely want to mummify him. His sacrifice was different. They sought to eliminate his soul spirit while keeping his body alive. They performed the ritual repeatedly, forcing something red or down his throat, all while manipulating the top center of his head, attempting to gain control over his soul spirit. They drugged Mr. Z so he could feel everything they were doing, but was physically unable to move. They forced him to eat fruit and tree bark because they sought his pure blood. They then pinned him above the altar, drawing blood directly from his heart. He had to be alive and bleeding, and the primary members drank this blood. During the main and final ritual, the 22 members did, in fact, have sexual intercourse with him, but they were instructed not to ejaculate. This was carried out strictly as dictated by the rite, with every member following the same protocol, including the positions and the sequence of actions predetermined by the chief sorcerer or master witch. Mr. Z was kept drugged for months and days leading up to his death, and during that time, he lost all sense of day and night. They dissected him and removed all of his internal organs. They even cooked and ate them. The museum should be checked for a dedicated space with the tools and furniture to perform such a thing. I checked, and I personally couldn't find any tools or furniture for that kind of act. Did I miss something? Guys, could you please check and let me know in the comments below if you find anything? They drained his blood while he was hanging and drove a rod or spear through the center top of his head. He was also impaled with a spear or rod through his chest, heart, solar plexus, navel, groin, knees, and the center of his feet. They tried to crack his skull open while keeping him intact, hoping his soul spirit would enter some kind of ancient green chalice. This didn't work, though they did manage to separate his spirit from his body. They couldn't capture it, and that's why his soul has been wandering around ever since, trying to talk to any psychic who will listen. What do you guys think? Honestly, I just can't stomach the thought of people like this existing. Mr. Z's death actually occurred during a full moon, not on the day his body was found having fallen from the building. However, he was repeatedly inside that very building before he fell, so the small leaked clips are true, even though the timeline is incorrect. There were 2 body doubles, and the live footage of Mr. Z was created while he was being held captive. However, these people were expert filmmakers, so these clips were aired while he was actually in another basement, drugged, and being tortured. More than 3 people tried to help him, and all of them were silenced. These individuals weren't afraid of being arrested because their instructions came not just from one, but from several top-ranking officials. In ancient Shen, the person with the most power and authority was the military chief. Take a guess? Any guesses who that might be? If you have any info, drop a comment. During the full moon, most full moons, the whereabouts of these key members would be difficult to ascertain because they would all be gathering to perform rituals either at a mountain altar or at that museum. It should also be noted that the underground tunnels in the capital and other regions of Shen have not been fully revealed and are still kept secret. There are rumors that ghosts haunt the Forbidden City. This myth was created to keep people away at night due to the activity happening in the underground tunnels there. Mr. Z himself was proven to be involved in child trafficking and organ transplantation. Back in the day, they sent him to teach in a rural area. A crazy rich woman who desired him set this up. Check that woman's husband and boyfriend. Their bodies are in that museum. So, yes, that insane, wealthy woman got furious when he rejected her. There was also the third generation, highest-ranking gay party official whose father was the main man. He was deeply conflicted, wondering if jealousy was the right emotion, because he wanted Mr. Z to love him the way Mr. Z loved his one and only. Mr. Z only cared for him as a brother at first. Then the official grew enraged because everyone who met Mr. Z fell for him. So, yes, he repeatedly violated and exploited Mr. Z's helplessness whenever he had the chance, and so did the redhead, even though the redhead frequently lied to his own partner. Honestly, guys, I'm totally dizzy trying to read this. To be frank, I haven't been feeling well lately. I'm actually sick, and reading stuff like this just makes my head hurt more. But I'm pushing through for you all. Mr. Z was set up, used, and kept caged like an animal, not even a pet. Everyone around him lied to him, and now some of them are racked with guilt, saying they wish they had done more. Because these efforts failed and they couldn't trap Mr. Z, another young actor, Mr. Junior, was another desperate attempt. The Top Idol's Wind Dancer concert was also another ritual. The Wind Dancer is lost. He is their puppet. Do not listen to his songs for too long. The Wind Dancer concert was used as part of Mr. Junior's sacrifice ritual. The Wind Dancer collected sand from various locations to ensure these key members maintained control over the entire nation. The only way Shen will ever be free is by weakening the 5 families I mentioned earlier. Finally, Mr. Z's soul is no longer here, no longer trapped. It has reached a higher plane where it is in the process of healing. There were over 733 souls tortured and turned into ghosts held captive in that art museum. And these ghosts were freed on October 18th. Mr. Z's traumatized soul asked to liberate all the tormented spirits trapped in the art museum first before he departed. However, these practices will continue, and the only people who can change the situation are the people of Shen themselves. Sadly, many more will die before that change finally happens. So, there you have it, the entire complete story sent to me by a secret source as the inaugural episode of Trace Your Story. We've presented every single claim, maintained anonymity, and launched this segment at an incredibly high risk. And please forgive me if I've obscured the real names in this story. It's for the greater good. Also, I apologize if you're not fully satisfied with the outcome, as I'm currently unwell. Right after my vertigo subsided, I was immediately hit with a fever, flu, and cough. I kept getting chills multiple times while making this video, so please be understanding. Now, I want to hear from you, tracers. For this very first episode of Trace Your Story, how would you rate the danger level and sheer madness of this narrative? Leave your trace in the comment section. Does this dark conspiracy fiction hold the thread of existing rumors, or is it purely a narrative of collective fear? Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep tracing more dark stories in the next episode of Trace Your Story.